Shalom to you in Israel. This is Barazal coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai Bahashem, Racha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect, push his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This lesson is going to be titled Characteristics of the Elect. Right? And it's going to be a quick one, but an important one nonetheless, because, for example, if you're in a sport and you're trying to be a Hall of Famer, like for example basketball, right? You're trying to be like Kobe or Michael Jordan. You know, these guys are Hall of Famers, and there's certain characteristic traits that all these Hall of Famers have, right? There's certain characteristics that they have, and then there's certain characteristics that people that make it to the NBA have, right? That make it to the pros. There's certain characteristic traits that they all exhibit, right? And the ones that didn't make it, there's certain characteristic traits that they don't have, and that's just the reality, you know. At the end of the day, it is in Yahweh Shai's hands whether who makes it and who doesn't. But at the end of the day, the men that make it have a certain traits about them. That's just what it is, right? Well, same thing, even more so in the truth, with the spiritual race, because they're doing a carnal race, we're doing a spiritual race. So you're claiming to be one of the elect, or I should say the hopeful elect. You have to exhibit the mentality of the elect, which is the mind of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Right? So I don't know what's going on here. There you go. So Sirach 17 and 10. It says Sirach 17 and 10, and the elect shall praise his holy name. Right? Which holy name? Right? Yahweh, which is the Father, and Yahushai, which is the Son. Those are the names that they're going to praise. Right? And why are they going to praise those names? Because they believe. Right? But the scriptures also say faith without works is dead. It says that in James. Right? And they're just not a hearer of the word, but a doer also. So if you hear this word and you believe in it, right, you're going to do what the word tells you to do. So you're going to praise the name. That's one thing. Right? You're going to fear Yahweh Shai. Right? You're going to follow his law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. Right? You're going to have faith. Right? You're going to repent. Right? And then when someone repents to you, you forgive. Right? You're going to do all these things. And there's more to it, right? But there's more. And the more you do this, the more you the more you're made straight, right? The more you stay in the straight and narrow, the more you become straight and narrow, right? The more you stay on the crooked path, the more you become crooked, right? And dirty, because the straight and narrow path is clean, right? It has fire and it has water, and it says that. And I think it's in Ezra's. I believe it might be was in Solomon, but there's one in the scripture talks about about one side is fire and one side is water. Those are both cleaning agents, right? And that's what this truth is about: the straight and narrow, the straight gate, right? So the straight and narrow path is always going to be cleaning you. You're always going to be purified. You're always going to be going through it. You're always going to be getting cleansed. You're always going to be refining yourself. You're always going to be being purged, right? So it doesn't stop. When you're on the crooked path, right? The path outside of that path appears to look good, appears to be enticing because you don't feel pain, you're not suffering, you're not going through anything, right? So that's what's enticing about that path. I'm talking about the left hand side, right? But it seems enticing at first, but then all the bad starts to come, right? But the only way to get out of that path, so to speak, you got to repent. You got to turn back, right? Sirach 7 and 22, it says, "Hast thou cattle, have an eye to them, and if they be for thy profit, keep them with thee." Oh, Slakia, hold on. That's not the one I wanted. I wanted wisdom. Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 9. Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 9. It says, "Therefore I purpose to take her to me, to live with me, knowing that she be a counselor of good things and a comfort in cares and grief." What is it referring to? It's talking about wisdom. That's why wisdom is always referred to as a woman. Because it sups with you. Right? You take her, you know her. That's why the Apostle Gabar says that a lot. And all the apostles say about it. I know the Apostle Gabar always says it, like you gotta get into the scriptures. Like you gotta get into it like a woman, right? Because the wisdom is referred to as a woman. So that's how in the scriptures you have to be. It's like you're dealing with a woman. And when you first get a woman and she looks great, you're into her. Like you're really into her. You know? You want to know everything about her, like her life, blah blah blah, all that shit. It's the same thing with the scriptures, with this knowledge and wisdom and understanding that Yahweh Shem Shai blesses his men through the Recha Kodash, right? So you want to get into it like that, right? So the elect are going to be in the scriptures like that. They're going to be supping with wisdom like that, right? That spiritual woman, right? And wisdom is going to comfort them. It talks about first it comes with you by crooked ways. And then when it finally trusts you, then it will comfort you, right? That's how wisdom works, right? But the problem is, well, it's not really a problem. This is how people get sifted out. The men that don't understand this, they think everything's going to be a hunky-dory, everything's going to be lollipops and gumdrops, right? And good times, fun times and good times. No, right? I should say like this: when they think like that, and they come into the truth, right? They're not mentally preparing themselves for the bad. They think it's all gonna be good. So when the bad comes, they run, they hide, they try to look for loopholes. They avoid, right? They don't do what is necessary to push forward. They try to do everything outside of the straightforward thing. That's why it's called the straight gate, right? The straight and the narrow. It's about going forward. It's about being straightforward, right? You got to be straightforward, not fickle, right? Not unstable, right? That's a trait of a woman. That's how women are. Women are very unstable and very fickle, and it's because of the weaker vessels. So they're supposed to be like that, right? And there's levels within that too. It doesn't mean a woman because she's a woman, she's a weaker vessel that she has to be wicked, right? But because she's a weaker vessel, she's more prone to being weak, right? So more prone to the weakness of her flesh. She's more prone to the demons jumping on her. She's more prone to that. But you have elect women. So the elect women are different than even these or normal women that you see every day, right? So that's why I said we're talking about the elect. I talked about the elect women too. So these elect women are going to be able to regulate their emotions better than these other fucking women in the world because they're the elect women. Are they going to be perfect with it in the beginning? No. Over time, with them over time while they keep working on it, they're going to become better at it. Just like the men, same thing. Just in the men in their walk, you're not going to be perfect when you come into the truth and try to apply the scriptures. No, remember, we're all coming from the world. The world is a filthy and dirty fucking place, right? And we have PTSD from the world, from all the demons torturing and tormenting us for all those years before we came into the truth. So you gotta really you gotta use the scriptures, which is really Yahweh Shai supping with you through with the Recha Kodash, right? Healing you, being your therapist, being your healer, being your doctor, being your physician, being your brother, right? Being a father figure to some, right? Doing all that to heal you, right? But you're only gonna get that if you truly fear Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, if you truly have faith, if you truly are applying the law, statute, commandments, right? And through that you get the knowledge, and understanding to apply those scriptures to heal you, right? Right? Through the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. So only the elect are going to have wisdom. That's just what it is. Right? Everyone else is not going to have it. They might think that they have it, but they don't. And you're going to see the scriptures say you know them by their works. Right? You know a tree by its fruits, or a man by its fruits, roughly paraphrasing, right? So, the next one. Go to Tobit 8 and 15. October 8 and 15, it says, Then then Ragel praised Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai and said, O power, thou art worthy to be praised with all pure and holy praise. Therefore let thy saints praise thee with all thy creatures, and let all thy angels and thine elect praise thee forever. Right? So the elect are going to be praising Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai forever. So as soon as the elect hear this word, hear this truth, hear the names of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, they're going to be praising, right? All the time. All the time. Because it's like a breath of fresh air, breath of fresh pure air, because they've been in the world and they were dead in the world and they're finally being brought to life, and the name that brought them to life was Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. So they're always gonna praise that name, right? That's life. Without Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, we'd still be dead in the fucking world. We'd still doing the fucking wickedness we're doing in the world. Right? So why wouldn't you praise the name? But only the elect are going to have that mentality. Only the elect are truly going to fear Yahweh Shai. There are going to be people that claim that they fear, but then they're going to do wicked shit. Right? You're going to have people that claim that they fear Yahweh Shai, but then they're going to murder. Right? Oh, I'm going to murder. They're going to do things that are wicked. They're going to commit murder. They're going to commit adultery. Right? But yet they claim they fear Yahweh Shai. It's bullshit. No, you don't. Right? And the elect are not going to do that. Right? Because if you're praising the names of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, you're not going to go commit murder. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Right? If you're praising the names of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, you're not going to go commit adultery. That doesn't make any sense. Right? Now, with that being said, are we all adulterers? Yes, we are. Because when you sleep with a woman, she's already had multiple men before her. So technically, she belongs to the first man she slept with. So she's an adulterer, you're an adulterer because you slept with her. But Yahweh Shai knows this, obviously, right? That's why, and also that's why Yahweh Shai said this is an adulterous nation, right? So obviously, you got to be expedient. You got to use wisdom, right? Use wisdom, because the elect were going to give him wisdom. You got to use wisdom, right? Obviously, Yahweh Shai is not going to condemn you for that if you sleep with a woman. You got to look at it like this. Okay, I talked to this woman. When was the last relationship? Was it like 6 months ago, 3 months ago, whatever? Is the man still in the picture? Okay, no man's in the picture. Okay, if the man's still in the picture, no, you're not talking to her, because that's still, in that man's mind, that's still his woman, right? Whatever number that man is, like if he's number 15, who cares? It doesn't fucking matter. The point is, in that man's mind, that's still his woman. So you leave it alone. If the man's not in the picture, he's moved on. Okay, so he does not claim this woman anymore. Then you can deal with her, right? Is that adultery technically? Yes, it is. Right? But you got to use wisdom. Right? That's the point. And that's why, on top of it, that's why Yahweh came, because we can't apply the law, statute, commandments perfectly, because this place is too fucking wicked. And because of this flesh that we're in. Right? Really, it's because of this flesh that we're in. Because of that sin from Adam. Right? That's why this place is so fucking wicked. So, you got to move with faith. So that's what I'm talking. What I just explained about, asking 6 months, 3 months, whatever. That's you moving with faith. So in that scenario, that's okay, right? Because of the times we're in. Because we can't apply the law, statute, commandments perfectly, right? The scriptures say we're going to rehearse the righteous acts. So we got a rehearsal. So it's a rehearsal. So if it's a rehearsal, that means you can't commit adultery. But you have to understand what adultery is, right? And what is okay and what's not okay. Right? But you still got to rehearse the righteous act. So another example, if that woman is in a relationship currently with a man, and you know this, right? You went in, you got involved with her, right? I should say like this, Slakia. If you're dealing with a woman and you're talking to her and you sleep with her, it happens, you sleep with her, and she doesn't tell you that she's actually dating another man. Is that adultery? Yes, it is. But did you know? No, you didn't know. So is Yahweh Shai going to judge you for that? No, he's not. Right? Because he knows that you actually didn't know. Remember, he knows your thoughts. Right? But because that happened, right, he will have mercy on you. But now this is like a warning. Right? Now that happened. Okay, so next time, for yourself, because you're going to be moving with fear, you're going to ask more questions. You're going to be more diligent. Right? And that's if that does happen. Right? And it probably has happened to some men. But I'm saying if that does happen. Sometimes Yahweh Shai will even allow that to happen, to be completely honest. He'll stop it from happening. Right? He really will stop it, because he's the elect, he's trying to keep clean. Our righteousness of filthy rags, but it doesn't mean it's gonna allow you to get dirtier. You know, you're trying to clean yourself. So if it does happen, understand to be more diligent to ask more questions, right? And then another scenario is if a woman is dealing with a man currently, right? That's they're together. So if you decide, okay, I'm gonna go talk to this woman, I'm gonna sleep with her, even though she currently has a man, that's adultery, right? Because people might look at that and be like, oh, well, technically we're all adulterers, so how can I be adultery? Like that's the type of wickedness people like. It's that turtle dove thing where they're looking for a turtle dove, looking for a loophole. So the loophole is, oh, technically we're all adulterers. No, that's adultery, sir, because you didn't have to sleep with her. You knew she had another. You knew that in that man's mind, that's his woman, right? And she knows that she's with him. So you came in, talked to her, right? Persuaded her, seduced her, and slept with her. That's adultery. Remember, rehearse the righteous acts. So because you did that, you committed adultery. So you are going to be jacked up. That's it. And you are not one of the elect. So there's scenarios that are different, right? So you got to use wisdom. You got to use wisdom. Anyways, so Isaiah 42 and 1, Slakia for that little rant. But I didn't want to explain that because you got men that will claim, well, technically, we're all adulterers, so technically, if I go talk to this woman that's with another man, technically, I'm already committed adultery anyways. We're all committed adultery, so what does it matter? Right? People will use the scriptures to justify their wicked deeds. Right? Isaiah 42 and 1, it says, behold my servant whom I uphold, mine elect. So he upholds his servant, which is the elect, in whom my soul delighted. So he delights in the soul of the elect. Right? He delights in the elect. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. So the spirit of Yahweh Shai is on the elect. So the elect are going to move differently. Back to what I was saying originally about if you're trying to be a Hall of Famer, right? You're trying to be one of the elect. You're going to move differently. So your elect is not going to go use that bullshit excuse saying, oh, technically we're all adulterers, so if I sleep with this woman that's with another man, I'm already committing adultery anyways, and she's already committed adultery, and he's already committed adultery, so it doesn't matter, right? I've already committed adultery anyways. Someone of the elect is not going to think like that. Someone of the elect is not going to say that, and someone of the elect, right? One of the elect is not going to go and commit adultery. Like I said, if you know that man has a woman, right? Or sorry, Slakia, if that woman has a man, right? That woman belongs to a man. You're not if you are trying to say that you were trying to be one of the elect, you're not going to go sleep with that woman. You're going to stay away. You're just going to go talk to. There's so many other women on the planet. Why are you going to go talk to specifically to a woman that has a man and try to sleep with her? That's wicked. That's fucking wicked, right? And you're not a man of the Lord if you do that. And on the flip side, for the woman, if you're a woman and you belong to a man and you're talking to other men, right? First of all, you shouldn't be talking to other men. If you claim to be a righteous woman, a woman of Yahweh Shai, you have one husband. Period. That's it. There is nobody else. You can't. This is not. You're not polygamous. You can't go and talk to other men. You can't do that shit. Period. You do that, you're guilty. Right? And that's another thing. Like I said, the women could use the same excuse. Like, if there's women that follow Yahweh Shai and this truth in his ministry, follow the Hebrew Israelites. They might say the same thing. Oh, well, technically I'm an adulterer, and technically you're an adulterer, so it doesn't really matter. Right? Well, you understand, when you come into this truth, you have to understand what you're involved in. Once you came into this truth and you said in your mind that I'm going to follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of my ability, I believe in Yahweh Shai, you're under an oath now. Right? So you do something, this stuff that you used to do in the world, you're not going to get away with it in the truth like you did in the world. Yahweh Shai is going to jack your shit up. He's going to fuck you up. He's going to fuck you up. Right? And he might not get you right away. He might wait because he does it differently. If he knows that you're completely aware of what you're doing is wrong, he's gonna wait. He's gonna wait and he's gonna jack you up later. Or he might jack you up right then. But see, the thing is, you don't know. Right? And that's the fear of Yahweh Shai. So that fear, knowing that Yahweh Shai sees everything and knows everything, should compel you, should persuade you to not do these things. Right? There's certain things that you just can control yourself from not doing. Right? And there's certain things that you can't control yourself from not doing. It's because of where we are in this world. You can't control dealing with a woman um, that that's not a virgin. That's literally impossible to find a woman that's not a virgin at this point in time. Not saying they don't exist; they definitely exist. But that's like finding a diamond, right? Or finding a needle in a haystack. But you can control not sleeping with a woman that belongs to another man. You can control yourself in doing that. But you see what I mean? You gotta do what is expedient, right? And this is using wisdom. That's rehearsing the righteous acts. But like I said, the elect are only ones that are gonna do that. Everyone else is always gonna find some type of excuse for their cause, some type of bullshit excuse for why they can do this. It's all fucking bullshit. And the thing is, it doesn't really matter because, well, it does matter. Don't do that. That's what I'm saying. Don't be like that. But the people that are doing like that, they're going to get jacked up. They're going to be removed. Yahweh Shem Shai is not going to have any weeds in his garden. He's not going to have any bad vessels in his net, right? He's not going to have that. He's going to remove them. He's going to remove them. So really, at the end of the day, you don't even have to really worry about people like that, right? Like Apostle Tahar talks about agents in all the camps. He's 100% right. There's definitely agents in the camps. And there's two types of agents. You got the agents of the devil, and you got the agents of Satan. Right? The agents of the devil are like people that are like law enforcement and things like that infiltrated camps. They are aware that they're an agent. They've made an agreement with the law enforcement that I'm going to infiltrate the camp. The agents of Satan are not aware that they're agents because they got demons on them. Those are men that claim to follow the law, statutes, commandments, but are not doing the things like an example of that is like when you see them in camp, they say shalom and all that stuff, but during the week they're a fucking nigger. Those are the men I'm talking about. Those guys are agents of Satan. And the agents of Satan, they're worse because, I mean, they don't even know that they're an agent. Right? By the end of the day, the men of the Lord, everything gets revealed in this truth. Right? The truth that says the truth will set you free. There's nothing hidden that will not stay hidden. Roughly paraphrasing, right? So everything always gets revealed. Whether you're an agent of Esau, the devil, or you're an agent of Satan, you'll get plucked out. Right? So back to what I was saying, the elect are not going to do certain things that agents would do. Right? They're not going to do those things. They have certain characteristic traits that you can't mimic. You can try to mimic it, but you won't be able to keep it up because it's not truly who you are. Right? So someone who's fake and trying to be like a righteous person, eventually they're going to slip up because they cannot keep up that act forever because it's not really who they are. Right? Just for another example, if you see these actors like Will Smith, when they play a role in a movie or a TV show, it's an act. Right? They're pursuing they're taking on a persona of a character that's on a script, but they're not that person when the movie's done. They're not that person when the show's done, right? They go back to their actual self, so they only do it for a period of time because you can't do that forever. It's tiring and exhausting, and it's not really who you are. So eventually, these people that are put on an act, who portray themselves as one of the hopeful elect, you're gonna see them for who they really are. It's gonna be shown. Right? And the reason why is because Yahweh Shai is going to allow it to be shown. Right? Because trying to fool true men of the Lord is like trying to fool Yahweh Shai, and you're not going to be able to do that. You won't be able to do it. It's not possible. You can try all you want, but it's not going to work. So Matthew 24 and 24. Almost done. Matthew 24:24, it says, "For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible they shall deceive the very elect." But they won't. Why? Because we read earlier that the spirit of Yahweh Shai is going to be on the elect. So the elect are not going to be deceived. The elect have the eye salve. The elect have the thawah. The elect have the oil. Right? The elect have the Racha Kodash on them. The elect have Yahweh Shai supping with them. So how the fuck are you going to deceive them? You can't deceive the elect. Nothing's going to get by them. Nothing. Right? Because they have the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. They are following the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their ability. They are rehearsing the righteous acts. Right? They have faith. They actually believe in Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. They believe that this kingdom's going down. They believe in being in humility. Right? They believe in not being prideful. They believe in not being arrogant. They believe in not being haughty. Right? They believe in repenting. They believe in forgiveness. So men and women like that, because I'm talking about the elect, you also got elect women, men and women like that, you're going to see it. right? They're the underdogs. But eventually, you'll see it. Eventually, that refinement, that cleaning that they've been doing strenuously, rigorously, over and over and over again for the years that they've been in this truth, eventually they'll start to shine, right? They'll start to vibrate higher, right? They'll start to vibrate brighter, and they'll shine. They'll stand out. Because the scriptures say about the wisdom, it says, wisdom maketh a man face to shine. So they'll start to stand out, right? Because the more you grow in this truth, the more obedient you are to Yahweh Shem Shai, the more He's going to deal with you, because you're more obedient, right? If you like, think like this: if you have a master, right, your slave master, and he has two slaves, you have one that's disobedient, one that's obedient. Who do you think he's going to deal with more? Who do you think he's going to ask to help him with things around that house more? Who do you think he's going to have more favor with? The one that's obedient. Right? The one that's disobedient is not going to really deal with that person too much because he's disobedient. I tell you to do something, you don't fucking listen. So why am I gonna use you? You're a disobedient servant, and eventually he's gonna get rid of you. But the one that he uses more is gonna be, well. The thing like this, the one that Yahweh Shem Shai uses more is gonna shine brighter. They're gonna become more clean. They're gonna become more refined. They're gonna become more pure. They're gonna grow more. Right? The one that he doesn't, the one that he neglects, is not gonna grow. If anything, they're going to degrow. They're going to deconstruct them. They're going to be deconstructed, right? They're not going to be constructed. They're going to be deconstructed, right? So let's go. Almost done. Matthew 13 and 22. Matthew 13 and 22. He says, "He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word and become unfruitful, and he become unfruitful." Let me read that again. "He also that receive seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of the world." So someone that hears the word, so like someone that comes into this truth, says, "Oh yeah, I believe in the Most High," right? And the care of the world, but they hear the care of the world, oh, party, woman, bullshit, smoking, drinking, going on vacations, going on yachts, right? Going to the clubs, fast life, playing sports, whatever. And the deceitfulness of riches, right, choke the word. So because of that, they're into the world and all those things. The word gets choked, right? And that goes into the scripture saying, you cannot serve two masters, for you'll love the one and hate the other, right? So they'll hate this word, they'll hate this truth because this truth is against what they love, which is the world, right? And he become unfruitful. So then you see this person, they'll become unfruitful. You start to see that they're leaking oil. You start to see that they're leaking wine. You start to see that they're leaking water. You start to see that they're not shining as bright anymore. The bright's actually dimming down because there's no more oil in their lamp, right? They're losing oil, right? You start to see that. You start to see behavior characteristics that don't match up with what the elect would have, but it will match up with what the 2/3 would have, right? But like I said, you can't deceive the elect. You cannot, because Yahweh Shem Shai is supping with them. They have the eye salve, they have the thawa, so they see shit, they see everything, right? And there's levels within the elect, right? But at the end of the day, the elect are going to see. They have the ability to see. So they're not going to be fooled by anybody. Colossians 3 and 12. "Put on therefore as the elect of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, holy and beloved, bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering." Right? So the elect are humble in their mind. And I read it in the NLT, it says, "Since Yahweh Hashem Yashai chose you to be the holy people he loves, you must clothe, right, yourself with tender-hearted mercy, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience." So if someone's talking about prideful shit, they believe in prideful things, and they believe in being arrogant, they believe in being haughty, right? That's a red flag. That's a red flag. Someone that's very impatient, that's a red flag, because it says patient. So the elect are going to be patient, not impatient. The elect are going to be long suffering, right? The elect are not going to be impulsive. The elect are not going to be prideful. They're going to be humble, right? So the last one, 2 John 1. 2 John 1 1. It says, and this is about the elect lady, it says, the elder unto the elect lady and her children, whom I love in the truth, and not I only, but also all they that have known the truth, right? So the elect lady also. So it's just, but the Yahweh Shai is dealing with the men, first and foremost, right? But through the men, the elect man, he's going to deal with the elect lady, the elect woman, right? And the elect women have their own walk, right? So you got to follow the last statute commandments that are applied onto you, the rules that you have to follow as a woman, right? But the point at the end of the day is that the elect lady, the elect man, the elect, there's certain characteristics, certain behaviors, certain mentality that they're going to have, right? And the ones that are not of the elect are going to have a different mentality. And it's going to be very easy to discern the two. So people are going to try to act like they're one of the elect, but at the end of the day, you can't fight against the both sides. It's like someone trying to put on an act amongst brothers to act like there's some person. But at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai is going to make you, what's the word I'm looking for? Make you expose yourself. He's going to make you do it. Because he controls everything, not us. He does. Right? So, Apostle Tahar talked about agents. Yeah, he's right. But we don't really have to do anything. Their agents are going to be exposed. All we have to do is keep pushing his word. Right? Obviously, you got to use wisdom, whatever your position is in the camp. But at the end of the day, these agents will be exposed. Right? So just keep pushing his word. Keep studying. Keep praying. Keep following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Right? Keep rehearsing the righteous acts. Right? And hope and pray that you're one of the elect. And keep applying the mentality of the elect. Okay? So I close out by saying, Kal Hala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Recha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect, which is word and truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Abad, Babal, Kwam Yasharallah, and Shalom.